On ABC Coast FM, it's 5:25. Do you hear loud cars screaming down the road near your place in the middle of the night, perhaps? Or you may be sick of rubbish being thrown onto the streets in your neighbourhood. A petition was tabled in Parliament today against hooning on the coast by a member for Gavin, Dr. Alex Douglas. Dr. Douglas, good evening.
Oh, good afternoon, Stacey.
Where are these problems occurring on the coast?
Well, this particular problem is occurring in Highland Park, which is part of Nerang. It's on the southern side of Nerang.
And what are residents saying to you about how bad the problem is?
Well, it's a very specific problem, but it's gone on for many years, Stacey. It's got to the point where you've got different types of people doing different types of things. Unfortunately, they're just doing it all the time. They're doing everything from racing cars up to misbehaving, drug taking, drinking, abusing the neighbours, and really generally making an absolute nuisance of themselves for all through the night, early hours of the morning. This is in a very much an urban situation where you've got families living.
Obviously, those types of behaviours are a disturbance to the community, but are there any risks or dangers posed to residents?
I think when people are certainly chucking bottles around, taking drugs and threatening neighbours who come out and say that, we've had enough of that, and also go and sort of steal their hoses to, make bongs and other implements for the drug-taking activities and then dump all their rubbish there and break all their bottles. I think, yes, they are.
Dr. Douglas, what has the community done so far to address this?
Well, I think overwhelmingly they've been everything from extremely patient to trying to complain to anyone who'd listen. They've been trying to, in some ways, contact the police and ask the police really to assist them. But really this is one of these things where it requires enormous amounts of community action and also some innovative solutions to try and address particular problems.
How has the police response been to the problems?
I think overwhelmingly the police have been fantastic, but they've been limited to some extent that, by the area where it is, because, you're right up on a hill. It overlooks the coast, most beautiful part of the Gold Coast for those that haven't ever been there, and I think that's what attracts some people going there. And also, there is a capacity. These people are organised, they use scanners and all that sort of stuff, and these are modern ways of trying to avoid getting caught by the police.
Dr. Douglas, how many names were on the petition that you tabled?
94. And we have further petitions going to the council. This is a particular petition that addresses the issue that in this area it may be we could possibly apply to have a gate put over this road.
How would that work, a gate over the road?
What tends to happen is that 2 or 3 of these groups are hill climbing people in cars. Some are just actually, drifters. They drive around and they want to just go and do donuts and make lots of noise and all that sort of stuff. And if you block the road, of course, they've got nowhere else to go. And others are just going up there to go and shout and scream and turn their radios up and keep people awake certainly until 5 o'clock in the morning sort of stuff. You think they'd all have to go to work, but it doesn't seem to be going on.
So this would be a gate that's closed at night and restricts access?
Well, it's possible, yes. We're going to see whether and these people are very organised. They're homeowners who live along there. And Stacey, they put up to this, I'm saying 6 years of intensive problems and probably 10 years of what most people would say was totally unacceptable. That's a long time.
It is a long time. You said a very specific approach needs to be taken. The gate is one suggestion. Anything else that you'd like to see done to address the problem?
Well, yes, I've raised the issue, I think, of neighbourhood watch. I want to see the formation of at least one neighbourhood watch, hopefully on either side, if we can get 2, try and get as many people to attend that. Also, trying to get people to learn how to make a report, because some people are not certain how to do it. They're fearful of retribution, and the police were very, keen to inform people at the community meeting we had at the William Duncan School that, they act against people who threaten retribution against the public, and that is not tolerated whatsoever. So this idea that these people are going to come back and get you, we made sure that with every case, and there's been some on the Gold Coast, these people were dealt with very harshly. Anyone who threatens retribution against a neighbour has got to clearly understand we will absolutely come down on them with the most unbelievable force.
Dr. Douglas, I appreciate your time this evening. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Stacey.
Member for Gavin, Dr. Alex Douglas there. If you live in